Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast.
This is We Are Air, Season 5, Episode 7, Movie News and Ghostbusters Afterlife.
If this is your first time checking out the podcast network, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And with that said, on to the podcast.
We are Error.
Four times a day?
Dude, I've been fucking like crazy horny lately. I always have a high sex drive, bro. I can't help it. Maybe I'm a sex addict. I don't know. Oh! I spilled marriage and wieners. That's how it's said.
Marriage and wieners everywhere.
By somebody high in a basement. Like, hey, my marriage and wiener.
You're not in a basement, though. You're in an apartment in Grand Prairie. Is it Grand Prairie you live in?
No, it's up to you. If you're not a good friend enough to remember where I live, I'm not even going to help you out on this one.
It is Grand Prairie, right? I'm right.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
where is it?
No, it's damn it, Jacob.
Where is it? Where's it, Jake?
Oh, I'm sorry for being a good friend for that.
All right, guys. So, Javi, how many movies have you watched recently?
Movie news!
We haven't even started the cast.
Well,
You just seen
fuck it,
Ghost.
we'll do it live.
And I have.
Oddly enough, I am going to Grand Prairie tomorrow.
For what?
I have a makeup Friendsgiving that was supposed to be done the Saturday
You're gonna
after
wear
Thanksgiving.
makeup?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Yeah,
No, we were supposed to do. I was supposed to do a Friendsgiving with my old coworkers from South Place.
Oh.
I'm Javi. Oh, hand me that turkey leg as I put on my makeup.
First of all, we all know I will look fucking slamming in makeup.
That's
Yeah,
right,
we've
you did
seen
do-
it.
You've seen the filters. You also
Frida.
saw me as Frida.
Oh yeah,
Bam.
dude, you got a little bit creepy with those filters. You would be like filming yourself, and you'd be like, "I look hot, don't I?" I was like, "Javi, calm down now.
First of all,
Yeah.
Calm down now, God
I
damn it."
would absolutely flirt with me if I saw me. If I saw a female version of this, well, not this, but like an actual female.
I think
version
you
of
did
this.
more than flirt with that version of yourself.
One time.
Did you film
Yeah.
it saying dirty shit, and then you played it back, and then you
Yeah, then I'm jerk off to like, oh my god, this fucking hot chubby bitch is all over me. No.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of like jacking off still, because I mean, it's still you.
I mean, it is still me.
Yeah, there's nothing
All
weird
right.
about it, I guess.
So if you fell into a parallel universe, would you Loki yourself and fucking fuck your female?
Would I fall in
counterpart?
love with myself? Probably, because I'm a fucking delight. I think
I'd
I would
fuck
even
all
tell
versions of myself. I'd fuck the male version. I'd fuck the female version. I'd fuck the alligator version. The fucking koala version. They're all me. So
Like,
it's
if
not,
anything, that would
it's
probably
not
help my
weird.
self-esteem. Like, I really am charming.
Yeah. And I think me would be into me also. So it'd be totally consensual.
Right?
So-
I've seen me in drag. Not interested. I'm good. I'm good. Hey everybody, welcome to the We Are Podcast. This is Duck. I'm here with
Jake.
and
Javi.
what is the We Are Air Podcast? The podcast we talk about movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. And today we want to talk about the movie news.
Movie news.
Boodam, 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 boodam.
Do the car noise at the end of Babes in Toyland. What am
Oh, you fucking asshole, get out of the road. That's all I was doing here for like 5 minutes. Like
I guess
yelling obscenities and making that noise.
I guess that's the beginning of the movie news. Is we talk about the fact that we watched Babes in Toyland and it was terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I recorded the audio and I plan on editing it. So hopefully you guys don't mind.
No, not at all.
Because there was some funny shit in there. So good chance there's a video online you can go watch on our YouTube channel and check out the Babes in Toyland audio commentary. And I'm gonna cut that shit down and add in some fucking Cypress Hill. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Babes in Toyland made in 1986. Terrible fucking movie. Probably shouldn't have watched it. But let's talk about the actual movie news. Let's begin with the fact that they're going to be making more Star Wars movies. They're planning on making another sequel trilogy based in the Luke Skywalker saga movies. Chances of bringing back Kylo Ben and stuff like that. Do you guys want to see more Star Wars?
No, I want to see Kylo Thickbit Trent. I don't want to see any fucking Star Wars. I'm done with the fucking Skywalkers. We're done. It's been 40 fucking years. Stop it. Stop it, Disney.
In a word, no.
I'm interested. I could get behind this.
You know what's you're gonna get behind it now, and then when it comes out, you're like, this fucking shit sucks.
Yeah,
I can't believe.
When your expectations are this low, now only things can get better, right?
No,
So,
don't ever underestimate the rug being pulled off on Monday. Just when you think you hit rock bottom, there's always more bottom.
well, maybe. What would you guys want to see from a sequel trilogy, or just no?
No.
Perfect timing. Just no.
Like, my history with Star Wars. Okay, so
Much love.
and I don't want to see it being further destroyed at all. And I feel like just stop while you're behind right now.
They are behind. Do you ever visit the sequel movies ever? Have you ever sat down to watch The Force Awakens? Do you ever get in that mood where you're like, I want to watch The
Force Awakens, and whenever the last one came out,
The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Palpatine? Oh, you mean The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, Revenge of the Palpatine.
Yes, do it, yes. You ever revisit it?
I did whenever it first came on Disney Plus. I watched it a couple times, and now I don't like it.
They're not good.
There's some good parts, I will say that, but as a whole, it doesn't work.
Like even at the prequels, I would just like go to certain scenes that I like. I can't. I just can't.
It really is. It's sad that we were so pumped about them, and we ended up getting just it's a movie in the end of it. I mean, The Force Awakens was pretty good, I think, and I think that there's a lot of fun in it. At least it's a fun movie. But at the end of the day, the other two aren't really that fun.
That's fun. That's funny because I don't remember having fun.
You didn't have fun at The Force Awakens?
Oh, I thought she said Rise of Skywalker.
No, we left that movie and we were just like, it was a movie at the end of that.
Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
Fuck that fucking movie.
So what do you guys want from the Book of Boba Fett, which comes out at the end of the month? Yeah.
Oh my God. To just stop right now.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Do you think they're going to show him getting out of the Sarlacc, and they're going to do like a thing?
If they do a fucking flashback to how he fucking got to where he is, that would be amazing. And yes, I would love to see that, but I don't think they're going to do that.
I would love for it to blow everything out of the water and be amazing and just kill it. I don't think from what I've seen so far it's going to do so, but I kind of hope that it's good at least. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. So, I mean, you got my money. Better than Hawkeye. I ain't watching Hawkeye. I tried watching that with Hawkeye.
Oh, God. Do not enjoy that.
Dude, that was hilarious, though.
Did y'all watch the second episode yet?
I couldn't make it through the first.
There's a secret cameo in there from Mr. Paul Rudd.
Is there really?
Ant-Man. That's pretty fucking cool.
They're bringing Ant-Man?
Ant-Man's in it.
Motherfucking Ant-Man in this?
The motherfucking Ant-Man.
Goddamn
it. Season 2, episode 1, 2.
Goddamn Ant-Man. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, no, I'd probably get on the train once the 6th episode is done. I know that everyone's been saying there's Daredevil Easter eggs throughout it. I don't think they're going to bring Daredevil into it. I really don't think it's going to happen. But
I think they will. I think Charlie Cox is Peter Parker's lawyer, and for No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah,
I think that's going to happen. Well, let's talk about No Way Home. No Way Home reportedly not finished yet. The graphics and effects are not done. This happens occasionally where it's
that's bad news. That's good news.
No, it's not. I'd rather them take the time to get it right as opposed to fucking. Oh no! Wait, they're still releasing it on December 17th.
Oh yeah. Right? They're not moving it back. This is
okay. Never mind.
This is Rise of Skywalker all over again.
That's not good.
They had unfinished effects in Rise of Skywalker. They went up to the day.
You see, that's kind of leading me to believe that I was right on my hypothesis. They went all in on this movie. There's not going to be a middle ground. You're going to fucking hate it or absolutely love it.
Oh,
they're going to shit the bed or fucking hit endgame level of success.
I think it's going to be the latter. Endgame level success.
Yeah. I'm praying that it is. And that's what me and Jake were talking about right before you hopped on, Javi. What if it sucks?
The possibility of it sucking is pretty fucking strong. The curse of threes, Brash.
I don't want it to suck. Well, technically, if they're bringing in the villains from the other movies, and hopefully they're bringing in the Spider-Man from the other movies, maybe it'll be the biggest like Spider-Man movie ever, and it breaks the curse of three by becoming like a amalgamation of everything, and it just throws everything in the kitchen sink in, and it just is the most entertaining movie fucking ever. I hope. But
I think at this point they've heard all the speculation about the other Spider-Man being in this movie, right? And this has been going on for a long time, like while the
2
movie
years
was
almost.
recording.
Yeah.
Yes, they've all assumed that they're going to be in there. Is this going to be like another case of Mephisto in WandaVision, and they just totally ignore it? Like, okay, well, the fans are still going to appreciate this, even though it's not that. Whereas at WandaVision, they had no clue that the fans were going to speculate Mephisto.
Yeah.
I'm curious too, and you guys saw the infamous shot of Spider-Man jumping towards Sandman, Lizard, and Electro, and you saw
And Lizard getting kicked
in the head by something invisible. Obviously, that shot is set up in a way that it looks like there should be 3 people in there. What if it's not the other Spider-Man? What if we got Venom and Daredevil or something like that? What if they pulled the rug out from underneath you and that's what ends up happening? Would you guys be okay with that?
You know who has an invisible Spider-Man, Kirk, right?
Who?
It's Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Oh, what if they went Miles Morales?
They're not going to go Miles Morales this
They
time.
won't.
You don't think?
Not yet.
What about the sequel trilogy that they just announced? Do they go Miles Morales in the sequel trilogy?
There's a good chance because they've already introduced the Prowler.
Right.
So,
Gambino.
Yeah. Donald Glover. But yeah, I mean, do they follow that down that path? I think that'd be awesome.
Well, if
Evidently,
they do, then that means that Tom Holland Spider-Man would have to die.
Amy
but
Pascal,
he's already signed on.
Yeah, he signed on for 3 more. And Amy Pascal said that she watched her words. She said something along the lines of, but it won't take place in, and then she stopped talking. So is there a chance that he gets sucked into a different universe? He gets sucked into the parallel Spider-Man universe where things start happening there. I don't know. Do we want to see Spider-Man outside the MCU, or do we want to see him front and center of the MCU?
I don't want to see him under anything other than the MCU.
No, I think he could work in other franchises. I think he could work in the Venom universe.
Oh,
they got Adrian Toomes in there already. It was in
Morbius.
Going to be in Morbius, yeah. So
That's
they're
the
already
other one.
crossing over.
I was like, what if he teams up with Morbius? Maybe he's not teaming up with other Spider-Man. Would you guys be okay if you went to the movie and you saw not other Spider-Man, but he teams up with other people?
Like, it's either they don't deliver with Toby and Andrew, and it's a great movie. It's going to be awesome. But if they are not in the movie and the movie sucks, that's going to be a huge issue right there.
What if it's a setup for a Sinister Six movie and like this is all just like part 1? This is the Empire Strikes Back, and then they come back with like a part 2.
It doesn't feel like they're setting up the Sinister Six because with like Venom and fucking Morbius getting their fucking like anti-hero movies. It just seems like it kind of like, why would they all of a sudden go from like an anti-hero for their fucking solo movies to straight up villains?
I mean, for me, I just want to see all 3 Spider-Man together. I want that, and now that it's been secretly promised to me by every YouTube video I subscribe to, I want it. I really like anything less than that. I'm not going to be content.
Like I said, though, what if the movie's fucking great and they're not in it and you just genuinely enjoy the movie? But if it sucks and they're not in it, are you going to be upset because they weren't in it even more? Yes.
I'm taking a shit in the theater. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm just dropping a load. I'm so excited. We're how many days away? 13 days away from it coming out. I'm fucking pumped. Like I said, the seats I got are terrible. It took me, like I said, almost 3 hours to get tickets. And then those tickets were at 4:00 and I forgot I was working. And then I went from Studio Movie Grill over to Alamo Draft House and got the worst fucking seats. And Javi said he ain't going no more because the seats were so bad. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll fucking figure this shit out. Jake, I want to talk to you. You saw the Eternals.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
me too.
was it like? What was the scenario? You went with your niece, is that right?
Yeah, she wanted to go see it, and she knew that I didn't, but I wanted to take her out to the movies, and I knew that she wanted to see it, so I took her to see it. And she didn't want to see it because she knew that I didn't want to see it. And the whole time I'm just sitting there going, I'm trying not to go like, like I'm doing my damnedest to hold everything back. Like, really? Okay.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, there's several moments in it. The CGI is horrible, and it's like there's some parts where it's pretty good, but there's some parts where it's just shit. And it's like, this is supposed to be y'all's next $1 billion franchise, and you can't even get good CGI for it.
Was it like Black Panther at the
end?
Yeah,
it's like Black Panther all over again. Yeah.
Holy shit. What was the story? Like, was it even interesting at all?
No, you don't have any character development whatsoever from these people. You're supposed to just automatically accept that they are who they are and just be with them and their story or whatever. And yeah, it doesn't work at all. They sat idly by while all the things were happening with the Avengers and the Total Earth Meltdown because they had a direct assignment to watch some other things. These, I guess they're called like Divergence or some shit.
Deviants.
Deviants, yeah. And
Did you watch the movie, Hobbs?
No, I just know about this. I know about
okay.
Deviants.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
And so the first half of the movie is them setting up all the characters, and the second half is all the lore of the Celestials. Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just it sucks. It's disjointed.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it falls apart.
There's maybe like 2 or 3 good characters out of the fucking 12 that are the members or whatever. The
12 motherfucker.
No, it's like 9 or 10. I don't know. Something stupid.
What was the part where you were just like, I'm ready to go? When it began?
Opening credits. Yeah.
Like Jake was already like the Eternals. Okay.
Yeah.
I will see you.
Yeah. All right.
Was there anything redeeming about it though? Like, was there anything interesting? Like, was the
yeah, you hear Mahershala Ali's Blade. You hear his voice in the post credits,
and that was it. That was it. You said the good guy. Spoilers, of course. Who cares? The good guy becomes the bad guy, like the Superman character or something like that.
Yeah,
there's a heel.
Yeah, they should have called it fucking Chloe Zhao's Justice League.
Because you said it pretty much the exact same thing. Like he just changed, and he even has the laser eyes, right?
Yeah, and then they got a speedster. You know, they got the Flash. They got the Wonder Woman character, which is what Angelina Jolie plays. I don't know. They got the fucking Tinkerer. I don't know. The fucking movie sucks.
So you don't think they're going to do a sequel to this? So.
Oh, they're going to force a sequel.
Oh, they will. Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, they will definitely shit one out and make people lap it up. None of the toys are selling right now for that shit. Like nobody's buying anything for this movie, and that should tell you something.
I don't know anything about the characters. I have no
That's the problem
for them. I have no interest in them, and I have
nothing. You can take unknown characters, make them work. Iron Man.
Yeah,
the very fucking first one that started this all. I didn't give fuck all about Iron Man or Captain America really that much. I was a huge X-Men fan or Moon Knight, shit like that. And I didn't fucking care about Iron Man. Those were like some of the lowest selling numbers comics at that era.
Right.
That comics were super popular. Like X-Men ruled the fucking scene. That's what they had so many spin-offs. Uncanny X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force. And then their first movie that they're going to drop full on and commit to, it's Iron Man. Get out of here. That's not going to fucking work.
You're going to get chills from that trailer.
It fucking work. Yeah, exactly. But the deal is also, I knew who Iron Man was. You don't have to be a fucking fan. Who the fuck are the Eternals?
Yeah.
No idea. That's what I'm saying.
I think they're still trying to like capitalize off like the whole anything that's related to Endgame and Thanos, and they were just trying to like. It's like you fucking just cut it off and move forward.
That story already happened. Yeah,
we're done. We're done with that part.
Have y'all seen Shang-Chi yet?
No.
I heard really good things though.
It's all right. It's better than Eternals, but it's not great.
What was it about it that didn't work for you?
I just felt forced.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah, it's unearnest. Like the fight scenes were okay, but
is there even a connection to the overall story for the MCU at all? Because it didn't seem like there was much of a connection.
Do you want spoilers?
Yeah, spoil away.
Trevor Slattery. Trevor,
who was
Iron Man 3,
who was
the Mandarin.
The Mandarin, right?
He's in it, and he's got a cool little part where he explains, a little bit of everything that's going on and how he adopted that identity. And then the mid-credit or the post-credits is Bruce Banner. Oh, and Wong is really good in it also. Wong has a great scene in it. He fights Abomination in the fucking movie also, which is dope.
Like Hulk enemy Abomination?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tim Roth's Abomination,
Yeah.
I like that look. Abomination.
I may watch this now. That sounds pretty interesting.
It's on Disney Plus right now, man.
So what is the explanation for the Tony Slattery Mandarin thing? Do they actually explain away why he said he was the Mandarin or pretending to be
He's not a teacher?
Or why did they explain away why the one guy goes, I'm the Mandarin? Like, are there multiple Mandarins or something like that?
To be honest with you, Doc, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little drunk whenever I watched it. So. Also, there was a one-off with Trevor Slattery in it. Also, a little like 20-minute short film.
Right, where he's.
I forget what it's called. Yeah, I forget what it's called, but he kind of explains it in that one. So
I think I'm gonna have to watch those. But Shang-Chi, you're saying so. Spider-Man's got to buy it back. What comes out after Spider-Man? What's after
Isn't
that?
it Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange.
That I don't know what to expect from it, but I'm super excited because I think we're gonna get Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in that. I think that
it all ties together.
Yeah, right.
We're getting Deadpool.
Right, we know that, and I think that we'll get Toby also.
What?
Because
I want Deadpool in it.
He is.
Oh yeah.
Who said that?
Look on IMDb. Ryan Reynolds is part of the cast.
I'm looking. Go ahead, Jake. What were you saying? No, you said it all ties together.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's why I think we might get Toby in the Spider-Man movie because they got Sam Raimi directing the Doctor Strange movie, so he's giving a lot of input for sure.
Deadpool rumored for Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness cameo. That would be awesome.
Instead of moving farther out into the cosmos, MCU should have done the multiverse. Went all in on multiverse.
Yeah,
I think they are going in. But
they're just dipping their toes in the water.
They're building up the Galactus in a way that he's a threat that's bigger than Thanos. And I think that's what they want to do is they want to build up this threat and create something that's even bigger. So then you have to have all the superheroes fight Galactus instead of just Fantastic Four, which you traditionally get. And
I think it's going to be Kang
the Conqueror.
And maybe Kang the Conqueror.
Oh yeah, I think for this round, I think it's like he's the new Ultron, like he's the in between. And then the next series, you get the big all-out war. You get Galactus, and you get the Celestial.
That makes sense.
What's also interesting isn't Kang the Conqueror technically like a distant relative of the Fantastic Four? Isn't he like a descendant of Reed Richards? Yeah,
it's like a great grandchild or something like that.
Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And with that, back to the podcast.
All right, guys, let's talk about Ghostbusters. Da-na-na-na-na. Hobby's been waiting. Da-na-na-na-na-na. All right, spoilers again. Jake says he doesn't mind spoilers for this. He hasn't seen it yet. I know you started watching the Red Letter Media take on it. My suggestion is don't, because those guys are very good at what they do. I've got issues with this movie, but I loved it overall. Javi just point blank loved it. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Javi, wax philosophical about your love of Ghostbusters.
First of all, where do I begin?
Go to the beginning.
Spring 1991. 4-year-old Javi sitting down with once again apartment 13D where his grandparents used to live. He goes into his Uncle King's room. He picks up a movie. What does he hold? He goes to Uncle King's big box of VHS.
Porn.
I pick up a black box with a red circle and the red thing going across the ghost going like that. I was like, this looks interesting. Let me watch this. Bill Murray's in it. I fucking love Bill Murray. So I watch it. I fucking fall in love with it all. And I grew up idolizing Peter Venkman. I wanted to be Peter Venkman. I wanted to seduce Sigourney Weaver and be a smart-aleck genius. And then I fucking saw part 2. I fucking loved part 2. It gets a lot of flack, but I still think part 2 holds up well.
I like part 2.
It's so fucking good.
I like part 2.
Also known as Ghostbusters 2, not part 2. But
whatever. But even
that's the one where the ghost is doing that. The first one is just doing this.
I just love the Ghostbusters. I had all the toys. I had the Ecto-1. I had the fucking hollow plastic proton pack that would just go like that for your neutrino wand. And it would just have like
the blonde Egon where you squeeze his sides and his eyeballs.
Eyes come out.
Hey, that happens to him in the beginning of this movie, believe it or not.
And but yeah, every generation of Ecto-1 that ever came out, I always made sure I had. I fucking love the Ghostbusters. I was big fan of the real Ghostbusters, one of the best cartoons ever. And I was also a fan of Extreme Ghostbusters when they decided to bring them back.
I was a fan of Ghostbusters with the gorilla.
I remember the first time I picked up a Ghostbusters comic, I was like, what the fuck? Where's Peter Venkman? Where's Ray? I don't see this fucking gorilla.
I'm talking about the original with Larry Storch from F Troop.
That's
in the
the
60s.
that's the reason they had to call the cartoon the real Ghostbusters, because they couldn't get the rights to just Ghostbusters again. They could do it for the movie, but they couldn't do it for the cartoon. This movie, though, let's kind of get into what happens in it real quick. It begins with Egon being killed, and they do. Oh, what's up, Tex? Oh, that's awesome.
Tex looks high as fuck.
He looks like, oh baby, oh. But it does show
He's
Egon
even smirking.
and the CGI effects for Egon are fucking killer, dude. They are so good. And,
See, I don't like that already.
No, this is actually really well done.
They killed it, and I'll explain why here in a minute. Well, fuck it, we're already in spoilers.
Yeah, it was so well done.
Yeah,
So
it was very well done. The reason why he doesn't fucking talk. If they don't talk at the end, big spoilers. At the end, when the ghost of Egon comes back and he goes to say to the daughter, "I'm sorry." Instead of saying it, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. He words it like and it begins, and he doesn't say a word. And that's what makes it work, because he never fucking talks. And they did this all with the approval of the family. You know, like they went to them and made sure that they'd be cool with it, and they could use his likeness. And when you see the 4 Ghostbusters lined up, and knowing that he's dead in real life, knowing that he's
I fucking cried. I was like,
being able to see them combine. And then Bill Murray looks over and he's just kind of like, oh, there he is. And it's really funny because it's just a weird Peter Venkman moment where
Winston, Ray, Egon, Peter.
Yeah, you got them all lined up, and Winston looks over and he's like shocked. And then Bill Murray looks over and he's just like, yeah, I expected him to show up. It's fucking hilarious, dude. And Bill Murray's got some good lines too, where he talks to Gozer, because Gozer comes back, baby.
Olivia Wilde, fuck, she looked hot as hell.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty cool. And then that's my biggest issue with this movie. The third act is just Ghostbusters all over again. That's it. And I know that's what it's supposed to be, because Paul Rudd and Smoking Hot Mom get turned into the fucking Zool and Vince Clortho. Yeah, and it's just Ghostbusters 1 all over again, but that's what it's supposed to be. So it's fine, it's whatever. But it's fun, dude. It's a fun movie. I don't know if the humor always works. The girl who plays Phoebe, who is the Ghostbuster, like the main character.
That was such a good fucking cast.
She's really good.
That was a good cast.
Insanely good. Like she channels Harold Ramis, like in her acting and everything. And like she's very serious. She's very sarcastic. She's very sardonic.
Is Ivo Shandor involved in this?
He is in it, and he's played by J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
And the one part that happens in the movie, I was shocked that happens. He's actually in a glass case, and he gets out of it, and he goes to talk to Gozer, and he goes, "We can take over this world together. We can do everything." And she rips him in half down the middle, and they fucking showed it in a PG movie or PG-13 or wherever the fuck this is. I was like, you can't do that in a kid's movie. Like, that's insane. The way the camera is literally split the way I'm looking at you right now, and she splits them down the middle. Fucking insane.
Ghost.
Yeah, that's what I know. That
like
I thought that too. You can get away with it because he's a ghost. But I literally wrote my top thing was cut in half. Like that. Did that blow your mind, Hobbs, at all?
No, I just loved it. I was like super so. Oh my god, that's J.K. Simmons. That's J.K. fucking Simmons.
How about when they showed the toy ghost with the eye that popped out, the blue ghost? You remember that? Like they started showing like a lot of the different ghosts from the toy line, stuff like that. Oh,
what about the fake ass Slimer?
The Mulcher?
Oh, Mulcher.
Metal Muncher.
Muncher was pretty fun. I like Muncher.
Yeah.
He was a good time. That's my issue, dude. I enjoyed it because I knew that this was going to be a nostalgia fest, and that's what we wanted. But that's what a lot of people have issues with, is it's too much of a nostalgia fest. It literally is.
Nobody's ever going to be happy with anything.
These are probably the same fucking nerds that like fucking came all over Endgame. I was one of them because I love the fan service that they gave us. And they're complaining about this, but you can't complain about this when you love that movie for that exact same reason. It's like, pick your fucking battles here, chump.
My thing is it bookends. Like you have Ghostbusters, you have Ghostbusters 2, which like Javi says, not everyone loves, but I still love.
You have Ghostbusters 3, the video game.
That does count. That's the in-between. I don't know if it's canon anymore, basically.
That original script was supposed to be the original script for Ghostbusters 3.
Right. And then you get this, and this kind of feels right, if that makes sense. Like, I was like, how are they going to make a modern movie that feels like a Ghostbusters movie? And somehow Jason Reitman was able to do it.
He made it feel right. It did feel like a legitimate Ghostbusters.
It felt like a modern movie at the same time, too. And it feels like a remake. It feels like a bookend to this. It feels like the ending to it. If you never make another one, that's totally fine, which I don't know based on the box office if they will or not. Who knows with these COVID box offices?
I'm hoping they will. It did relatively well.
But it was emotionally
Didn't they say everything that they needed to say with this one?
No, I could actually see this branching out into like a series. I don't know if I would want to see a movie. I could see this turning into a badass series, though.
Yeah. Would you go back? Would you double dip for it? You think?
I would double dip for it. For a series, yeah.
I think just emotionally what they do with Harold Ramis and Egon in this, and they make the connections. I think that's the feels. I think after that you don't get much else. Maybe do like you said, like a TV series or something like that. That could be fun. I don't know if you continue to do movies though, but I don't know. Maybe kids liked it. I don't know. I know the adults liked it. Actually, you know what? I was stopped today in Walmart because I was wearing a Ghostbusters shirt, and this guy goes, "Oh, we just watched Ghostbusters yesterday, me and my son," and his son must have been 3 or 4 years old. And he goes, he really liked it. And I was like, the new one? He goes, no, the original. And I pointed to my shirt. I said, you like Ghostbusters? And the little kid goes, yeah. And you could see that same excitement in his eyes that we had when we were kids when we watched Ghostbusters. So it still fucking works. That's what makes it exciting. Yeah, I don't know. Javi, what else about this movie did you love?
I really did like that all the Ghostbusters in this movie, they were just like fucking kids, but they each kind of like felt the role, especially Podcast. He was supposed to be like the Ray Stantz, like kind of quirky and just kind of like out there, like, listen, I smell something like that. And that kid kind of like really channeled Dan Aykroyd from that era.
Whenever,
it was pretty fucking cool.
Whenever Ray says he listens to his podcast, he goes, "You're my one subscriber." I thought that was funny.
That was pretty fucking good.
What's the post credit?
You know what? The first one, I didn't stay to watch them. Did you stay to watch them, Javi? I just know from.
I didn't stay to watch. I had to look at them after because I didn't know there was a post credit.
Yeah, the first one is evidently Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver.
They got married. Dana Barrett and Peter Venkman got married.
Well, it's implied. I don't think they say so, but they're doing the card trick thing, and he admits that he's guessing everyone right, and she's zapping him afterwards. So it's just like a little fun thing. And then the second one, what was the second one? I remember reading about it, but I wasn't there for it.
Oh, wasn't it a Winston at the end?
Yes, and it's
behind
implied
the firehouse.
He implies because he's been taking care of them because he became a multimillionaire after everything. So he took care of the other Ghostbusters and kept them going, kept the company in business and everything. So it's still going. It's actually a bookstore that they're running with the Ghostbuster stuff as a side hustle, is what it is. So
yeah.
They talk about the event that happened in the 80s, but everyone kind of goes like, was it real or wasn't it real? Was it imagined? I'm like, there's fucking footage of it. How do you not know it's real?
No, they know that it's real. They just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Remember in Ghostbusters 2, they were having to do fucking kids parties.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's the same thing in the Ghostbusters 2. They've just brushed it off like it never even happened. It's like, what?
Yeah, that's
conspiracy
like
theorists.
That's like that would be like the original 9/11, wouldn't it? Like it would be like the craziest thing that ever happened, ever. So I don't think you forget it, but whatever. It holds up. It's good. I hope it's good at least as the second Ghostbusters. I think. I don't know if it's as good as the first. I don't think you ever get anything.
No, you can't beat that. But I don't think it was trying to compete or trying to be better. I just think it was trying to pay respects and pay homage. And I think it did great. I honestly think I probably would watch a second movie if they did, but I really think that, especially with the ending with Winston taking the Ecto-1 back and setting up the firehouse again, this would make a fucking really good series. If you could put some serious fucking money behind it, you could get yourself a really nice fucking series out of this.
I would love to see it as a television series, and not as another movie, maybe do a movie, but I would love to see it as like a Stranger Things style, made for kids television, Netflix or HBO Max or something like that. That'd be really
get some of that Amazon money behind it.
That would be badass. Yeah, even wherever it is, give me 10 episodes, give me 6 episodes of this, and just explore maybe the sequel villain, maybe Vigo, the Carpathian, and go with that, and then go do some other stuff. Like that would be interesting. I'd be down. What's up, Jake?
I think it might have been Red Letter Media that said it, but it would work if they franchised Ghostbusters and they had them in like every city of every state, and you could just tune in on different ones.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
Well, they kind of implied that was the idea on this because Bill Murray actually says that. He says we're from the home office or something like that, and just cracking jokes but like it would be fun, man. I don't think Ghostbusters will die with this. I think that something will happen. I think this is a good closer to those movies, though. So now you take it and go do something completely different. And hopefully they don't, in a movie, redo Ghostbusters 2, but I'd be okay with it in TV series if they did. I think that'd be kind of cool. But go do some new stuff with it. But once again, I don't know how much money this made. How much money did this make? Let's look. Javi, anything else, though, about the movie, though, that really got you? What made you cry 4 times?
Okay. The first time I cried is when she got arrested and she was called Ray. And then she goes, yeah, Egon Spengler died last week. And you just hear the heartbreak in Ray's voice. He goes, oh, man. Oh. And I was like, I teared up instantly. And then again, when fucking when the Ghostbusters showed up and they were just all there, and Peter Baker was just jawing off, talking mad shit to Gozer. And then when they all were looking at Egon's ghost, and Winston goes, I should have called. I should have checked on you. And it was just kind of like, fuck. It was just so fucking sad, and it just like fucking got me right in the feels.
Yeah, whenever he was just like, he's like, Egon can rot in hell. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
that was but that's honestly for me when the movie kind of took a turn to like, up until then I was on for the ride, and then that third act turn, I was just like, okay, this is nostalgia fest from here on, and that's my biggest issue with the movie is the original Ghostbusters do feel tacked on in a lot of ways. They feel like they really push them being in the movie. I'm fine with that because I wanted to see them. But as for a movie itself, I don't know if it would work. I don't know how viewing this without seeing the original Ghostbusters, I would feel about it.
You know, it's a little funny that you, Mr. I love nostalgia. I could watch any bad movie through nostalgia. Get upset at this movie for bringing you nostalgia.
I'm not upset. I'm
He
just saying
said
it
that
feels
he
tacked on. It's tacked
he
on.
said that he appreciated it, but from an outsider's perspective, watching this movie, would it make any fucking sense at all?
I don't know if it would. I don't know if that third act would make sense. I think it's just not put together as well as it should be. But I will say this. This movie is a background movie, and I would put it on any day, along with Ghostbusters being the same thing, a background movie or something just to watch. That's how I know it holds up. I feel like it's pretty good. And
I need to go see it.
I appreciate it, dude. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the shit out of it in the theater. I ate my pizza. I sat back. I had a couple chuckles, and I just enjoyed the fuck out of it. So
I think I'll probably tear up like Javi.
Yeah, I hope that you like it, dude. I really do. And Javi, you cried like a bitch.
I did. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. The way they did Harold Ramis, like at the end with the fucking CGI, and even in the beginning when she had that, they just used silhouettes for Egon in the beginning, and it was so fucking. And you could clearly tell that was Egon.
Yeah. And we haven't even touched on like all the plot points and stuff like that. We've kind of kept it vague, but there's a lot of cool stuff they do, especially using the ghost trap and then the dirt farmer and where that ends up going and stuff like that is pretty cool. The ghosts are pretty cool. They use practical effects for some of it. It's just a fun movie.
And I do love that they actually tapped more into Egon's like fucking, I have a bad temper side, because you actually kind of saw a flash of it in the first movie where the guy was like told him like the cops to arrest him after like Gozer got out of the building. You just see Egon grab that guy by the neck and goes, "You mother!" It's just like, and it just kind of like goes into that. Oh, Egon does have maybe some anger issues.
That's my other thing too. I don't think he would just disappear and not have contact with his family for that long. I thought that was kind of contrived. But
like, I honestly, if they did do like a series or a movie, I would want something like what happened? What did Egon see that the others didn't?
That allowed him to disappear from everyone and cut off contact. Yeah,
and drive everyone away. Yeah.
I'm curious. All right. Well, with that said, I give it an A-. I think it's pretty good. What do you give it, Hobbs?
I give it a fuck your A- and an A++.
I knew it was coming. All right, guys. Any other movie stuff you guys watched recently you want to talk about? Oh, the Beatles. That's right. We were going to talk about the Beatles because Jake has been. Did you watch all 3 hours of it?
It's more than 3 hours. It's like 10 hours.
Holy shit! This is the Peter Jackson.
It's like 8 hours. Yeah.
Holy shit!
It's really good.
So what is it? It's just behind the scenes footage that he was able to find and compile and create something, or what is it?
Well, there is already a documentary being filmed in like 1969, I think is whenever it was filmed, for the Let It Be album and the concert that was supposed to be. And it just covers all that. But there was like a ridiculous amount of footage and recordings that were taking place. And what he did is he took all that footage, cleaned it up, compressed it, fucking cleaned up the sound, and put it in a format to where it made one cohesive, comprehensible story. And it's fucking amazing. It looks like it was filmed, just like last week.
Yeah, I saw some of the footage earlier today. I was like, that looks awesome. I love the Beatles, so I can get behind it.
It's broken down into 3 parts. It's like 3 hours the first one, 3 hours the second one, and then 2 on the last one.
And is it just showing like what it was before they broke up, or does it show the breakup?
Yeah.
And everything?
A little bit, yeah. It shows a little bit of everything. I told Javi about it, and I was like, it's
like how the sausage is being made.
Yeah, it's like how sausage is. It's like watching sausage being made.
And watching the sausage factory being destroyed by Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
John but he
Right.
He says it was John Lennon who did it, so whatever. Blame the dead
It was.
man. Yeah, it was John
It
Lennon
was.
who broke up the Beatles.
It was. It's true.
Did they show that in the documentary?
They just showed like he's checked out like whenever all this is happening. Like they're all trying to make this shit work. There's no like talking head segments to it. There's no narration. It's like a fly on the wall film, and you're just watching the process of everything and how it goes down. So as a mega fan, I fucking love it, and I want a documentary of every album that they did.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah, dude, I love the Beatles.
Yeah.
Bobby, do you get behind the Beatles or no?
I get behind the Beatles, yeah.
Sweet. So when they say the Rolling Stones or the Beatles, I always say the Beatles. What do you guys?
Oh, Beats all the way.
I had this conversation with somebody recently, and just to be a fucking asshole, I went, "Yeah, Rolling Stones all the way."
Yeah, it was me. You
all
fucking
day.
asshole.
Was that you?
It was on Thanksgiving.
Then Rolling Stones all the way.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And we got into a little argument about it. Like, you're fucking crazy and you're lying and just ridiculous, dude. You're not telling the truth.
Painted Black. Come on.
I said name 5 fucking Rolling Stones songs.
And I gave you 5 songs.
You did. I was shocked. I was not gonna lie. I was literally shocked. That you were able to
I like how you just like immediately. You did, and I was shocked.
Very good on you for that. All right, we'll give you that.
I was like, man, how did he pull fucking 5 Rolling Stones? And then I was like, well, Paul McCartney had a better fucking career afterwards. And then you're like, well, so did Mick Jagger. He had his own solo career. I was like, you son of a bitch. I was like, you win this argument again. I just wanted to be right. Did you guys watch anything else though? That's anything. Oh, Hawkeye. Jake, you said you're getting behind Hawkeye. You think it's all right? Or?
I haven't watched it yet. I was
okay.
just saying. I know what happens. I heard it's actually pretty decent.
Right on. Well,
guys, from the same people that said Winter Soldier was really good.
I never even said it was really good.
Oh my god, thank God! I don't think anybody that said that, they didn't have their fucking head checked. That's a hard show. I couldn't get into it.
There were good parts of it though. Wyatt Russell fucking killed it.
Yeah, no, the last 3 episodes of that were pretty good. The first 3 were just a bummer, but the last 3 really kicked it up a notch. I liked the last episode. When he shows up as Captain America, I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, this is badass. But otherwise, yeah, Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, he was good. I would like to see more of him in the MCU. That'd be badass. He's good in pretty much everything I've ever seen him in. Like Black Mirror. Who else was he in? Goon?
He was an Overlord. He was in Goon 2.
Goon 2.
Yeah, he does.
He's fucking great.
Does a good job.
I can't believe that's Kurt Russell's kid.
22 Jump Street.
Optic Chain. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I enjoyed talking the movie news. We haven't talked it in a while. Thank you guys for listening. This is Duck. I've been here with
Javi
and
Jacob
and D-Bad. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a fucking dick, you motherfucker.
Be a motherfucking dick.
Also,
fucking dick.
You know,
yeah.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Yeah, dude, you need to fucking dick yourself before you dick yourself.
You trick yourself, baby.
I don't know. It sounded better in my head.
Everybody loves a good tricky dick.
And there it is. Thank you again so much for checking out the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast where we talk Atari to Steam and everything between. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood breaking down all that video game lore and having such a good time. Heroes, Gyros, a Dungeons and Distractions side quest. Me and the boys were playing some D&D. You can start that one from Season 1, Episode 1. It's a blast the whole way through. And I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I sit down with some of my favorite people of all time. We talk about their trials, their tribulations, and their journey this far. And finally, our new live video podcast, Slash Horrorcast, where we're going to have a roundtable discussion about our favorite horror movies. That'll be available on Twitch and YouTube, streaming every Monday at 8 p.m. Check the links in the description to find out what movies we'll be watching. Also, check the links in the description for our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast Network. With that said, thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. Please remember to support local comedy in any way that you can. We'll see you next time.